Hey guys, Dave Boucher with Sailfish here this morning in beautiful Vero Beach, Florida. Here to stop by and see our good friend Steve Diossi to talk about something great and exciting we have going on next year. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on?
How's it going?
It's going good, man.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
Going
It's
good?
been a while.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Welcome in.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for having us this morning.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you.
Well, I brought a special surprise for you.
Oh man, I've been waiting for these. I had to wait a whole year.
You and a lot of other people are waiting for those. So we're really excited for everything coming out again next year. So
awesome, man.
yeah. Well, you have a seat and catch up, man?
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Come on in. Have a seat at my bar for a change.
No, that's a welcome change. Trust me.
Absolutely.
Sarah, thanks.
Oh, it's going fantastic, man. Yeah. It's been a while, man. We haven't seen each other in
Yeah, I know. We've
been a little bit, right?
We've been working a little bit. Yeah.
Good.
No, it's incredibly. I'm just getting ready for next year and just the amount of cool things we have going on. I'm really excited to reintroduce this back to the the mass public, not just the tap room going into next year. Just have that be the catalyst to kick off next year. And it's crazy to think. I mean, where this started with you and us, 7+ years ago.
I know, it's crazy, 7 years, and like every year. I mean, we're looking forward to it, and it just seems like it just comes around so quickly. So.
No, it definitely does, and just going back to when we opened up Fort Pierce, and incredibly fortunate to have all your artwork in there, and and still a focal point of obviously this #1 painting here, Last Call, being the focal point when you go in the tap room.
I think that's pretty much where it all started.
It definitely is. Definitely is.
I was doing a lot of the shows at Fort Pierce City Marina. I think the very first show that I did for my brand was at the City Marina during one of the fishing tournaments, and I think that's where we started talking.
Yeah, that's right around when we probably were starting to move over to the new spot, I think. Yeah,
exactly. And that's the neat thing. It was just such an organic.
No, and see your growth, see our growth. I mean, it's just been,
absolutely.
To the point where people come up to me and said, I got a DOC painting, and because I saw it hanging up in your restaurant, your tap room, and it's just it's super cool to have you set up your mobile studio at the block parties, and just how we grew our brand is exactly how you grew your brand.
Definitely. Just one person at a time, meeting every single person, and just
quality over quantity.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's probably the same. You turn people on to the beer, they try it once, and they come back again and again. Just like this one. I mean, I think
being consistent.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's about.
No, 100%. I mean, it's just establishing that trust through consistency and reliability. And this beer particularly. I mean, we've been doing this for a long time, and this 5-6 years ago is when we started canning beer, and this is the first. Call it limited release we wanted to do in distribution, canning wise, beyond our core beers, and we're sitting around and trying to figure out, okay, this is our first, going beyond of a creative label, for distribution, and we're just, I remember sitting around one of the tables in the tap room, and we're kind of brainstorming like, what should this label look like, and you were looking around there, and Flounder Pounder, look up, and it's like, well, there's a Flounder Pounder passed out on the dock right there. So what a better way to complement everything that is synonymous with our local relationships, our organic growth, and then something that really pays tribute to and honors the beer, in my opinion, as well.
Definitely, it's almost like I'm psychic. Like we had this. We knew this was
so much of your stuff is related to our stuff in so many indirect
Totally, absolutely. Well, there's been plenty of nights that I've been the Flounder.
Oh yes.
I hate to admit how many times, but
a few of these will definitely get you there. So.
Definitely.
I'm 100%
I'm good
correct.
with one. I've never attempted to do do all four, but that's what I always tell people.
It's tempting though, that drier, higher ABV, it's juicy, it's 100% honey, the honey local aspect, Simcoe hops. I'm just a great, simple, well-balanced double IPA.
Delicious. It's excellent. I mean, that's why I said every year we look forward to it. I think in the early days, we would buy a bunch from you guys because we knew there was only so many. So, we bought a bunch. We would do our shows all over Florida. And the really interesting thing was, how many times we've had people mention like, oh, I've seen this art. They'll come in, they don't even know me yet, but they're just like, I just saw this in the tap room. They'll do tours around Florida.
It's great. Different tap rooms. The organic, cross-promotional marketing aspect of it.
And they're like, is your art in Sailfish Brewing in Fort Pierce? I'm like, yeah, that's like the first place I really put, the big pieces of my artwork. So it's so neat. So, they would sell out immediately. Or what we did in the early days too is like if they actually bought a big big piece and we really like the person, we'd throw in like a 4-pack to them.
Yeah, no, it's again the relationship is what every relationship should be about. It's just complimenting each other and just organically grown. And just you made such a great point there with just how both of our companies have grown just organically and just one person at a time.
Definitely.
And we're excited to get this into more hands next year. It's really great that we're going into a limited release series next year. We actually have a full wrap can of this now, which is really cool.
Excited about that, man.
We've always done labels, but doing an actual limited release of this is just going to be a great compliment just to what we've already started with the kind of cult following of this beer.
It becomes like a collector's edition too.
100%.
I mean, what I really like about this is that you actually put the limited release on.
Correct.
So
it's when it's gone, it's gone.
Right.
Wait till next year to get it again.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of beer this is. It's so special that it should be handled that way. And get it while it's hot and get it while it's fresh. That's the most important thing.
Lucky enough that we've got the Verbiage tap room just a couple blocks away.
Rock and hit it. So
yeah. So that's what we tell a lot of people. We're just like, you got to see our friends at Sailfish. They're just a couple blocks away. So they'll be able to pick it up in there.
Oh yeah, of course. And then any of your local grocers or convenience stores and stuff like that. It's really exciting. So tell us a little more of that too. I mean, we talked a lot about the beer, but the painting Last Call.
Yes.
History behind that.
Definitely. So I did this piece probably about 2014, and it was really an ode to all those fun nights I had with my buddies and my, back in the day. I'm not as crazy as I, once was, but I was definitely like a weekend warrior. And like I, mentioned, I hate to admit how many times I've been to Flounder. It's, represents those nights when you remember walking in, but you don't, quite remember how you walked out. You remember you had a fun night, but you don't might remember everything. So that the Flounder, represents that in this piece. He's the one that's had a little bit too much,
We've all had a little bit too much of everything.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. The Snook represents the second, drunkest guy in the bunch, and he's so drunk that the shrimp here has turned the tables on him. He's whipping a fly at him, so he's trying to catch it. He can't quite get it. Back then, I think Duck Dynasty was really big, and the guys with the giant beard. Yeah. So if you look at the fly, he's got a big old beard on him, and he's terrified.
Yeah,
of
so
what's
much
happening.
Inspiration amongst just within one painting. That
Definitely.
You did. Yeah.
Well, and the piece, the reason I love this, we all have that, those memories on the Indian River. And we all have our little hangout spots that we love to go to. And my brother and I, we used to fish, every day, like every single day. And we'd always lose some shrimp. And if you look over here, this is the shrimp that got away. He's holding up his hook in victory. Like he lives another day.
No, that's great.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of storytelling going on. The most hidden thing, I know the camera won't pick it up in this, but there's actually 2 people on the other side of the island there. And trying to join the party, in the mix.
No, that's great, Steve. It's a lot of inspiration behind that.
It's fun. Sure. It's fun. It's just like, this represents that, we all have a crabby friend, so he might have gotten some bar fights in his day, so he's missing
I think all of us have that group of friends.
Yes. We can all relate to one of these characters in the bunch, So it's a lot of fun. So when I think that first conversation that we had, at one of the shows, and they're just like, oh, we gotta, we should think about teaming up on something. And they mentioned the Flounder Pounder. I'm like, oh my God, we got the perfect piece, and I've been wanting to do a Flounder for a long time since I started it. And, so how better, man, than to go.
No, it's a great, it just complements everything that you're about, that we're about, and just, growing this more and more. I mean, this label's been around for over 5 years now.
Wow.
And it's got a great local cult following from here all the way up to Orlando. People still recognize on the shelf, and to grow it more, get it more places, and out to more people, but in a limited supply.
That's really great. I mean, one thing I remember doing, was I was like, I wonder how this is doing. I searched it, on Google, and just to see the reviews. I mean, and so many people take pictures of the can, and then in the tap room,
Instagrammable can,
absolutely. So always just seeing those good reviews. So
no, we're super pumped. I mean, to have this be our release first for next year, kicking off the limited release series for us, and everybody can get this at your local establishments. first of the year and kicking it off right. With everything
we're
that
excited,
you're about,
man.
that we're about, and
Yep.
continue to leverage and grow those relationships.
Absolutely, man. Well, we can't wait to get it in here too.
Cool.
So
Well, pop one and see if it's still tasting as good as you thought it was.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to end it right.
Exactly. Well, cheers, man. To a successful
buddy.
2024.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Same
sir.
to you, buddy.